in here. Okay, so today we're going to be learning about how to measure.
Okay. We have this book here to measure it.
Yep, we're going to measure the book. So I have a question for you first. How tall do you think you are?
I think I am so it's not dirty.
Yeah, like inches? Is that like when you go to the doctor they measure you?
Yes, sometimes because they want to know how tall I am.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
I think it's like I'm dirty something.
But what if I ask you how tall are you if you were measuring yourself with pencils? How many pencils tall do you think you would be?
Like 20.
20 pencils? Yeah, maybe.
Or maybe 29.
So today we're going to be measuring using objects instead of using our ruler.
Oh.
Yeah. So when measuring an object, you want to use something that's smaller than the object to measure it, because if we use a book to measure a pencil,
it'll be too big.
It's too big, you're right. So we have to use something smaller to measure it.
So I noticed you had these objects.
So we'll be using those later, so leave them in the bag right now and we'll use them later.
I noticed there's money, there's like plants, there's also smelly socks.
Yeah, I know. So we'll be using those to measure too. So yet when we're measuring something big, it's easier to use something that's big to measure it. Because if we have to measure a book, it would be easier to use boxes to measure it, that this is almost 2 boxes long, instead of if we were to use something like dimes.
Yeah.
So we can get all the dimes out.
And then we're not counting money. We're counting
No, we're not going to count it. We're going to use it to measure.
They're going to be like too hard to measure.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be better if we measure more.
So we're going to measure the book with the paper clips and the dimes later. But first, we're going to watch a movie all about measuring.
A movie?
Yep.
A movie?
So if you want to grab your tablet.
It's only 7 minutes. How is that a movie?
It's just a short movie.
It's a movie.
But while you're watching it, I want you to pay attention as when they go over what the 4 rules are for measuring.
Okay.
And so try to remember them.
Hi, everybody. Today, I'm going to talk to you about numbers and measuring and maybe even salamanders. Oh, I really like salamanders. So, one thing we use numbers for.
It's okay. You can go back. Okay.
Is when we are
I'll be
measuring.
here 1 second.
Measuring is finding out the size of something or the amount of something.
While you're watching.
Like time, weight, temperature, or even speed. But today, we are going to measure length. Length is the distance between 2 points. Like how far it is between the start and the end of something. And we measure length to find out how long something is. And also how tall, or wide, or even how far away something is. Okay, this might be a little confusing. So why don't we take a break and have a snack? Okay, that's enough. Anyway, when we measure the length of something, we measure with units. Units! There are many standard units that you can use, like inches or centimeters. There are also many.
But we're not using a ruler.
Nope, we're not using a ruler today. He's now going to tell you how we're going to measure though. So push play again.
Non-standard units.
So non-standard units.
Paper clips. Today,
And we have
I
paper.
want to use
Yep.
my favorite non-standard unit, the salamander.
He's using this though. We don't have lizards.
Right now, salamander is going to be a unit that we can count and use to measure things. But before we do that, we need to talk about the rules.
Okay, here
for
comes the
measuring,
rules.
which leads us to a new segment called
The important rules for measuring length in straight lines with non-standard units.
Wow, that is a long title. Rule number 1. All of the units need to be the same size and direction.
So,
super tiny
same
salamander.
size and direction.
These are the same size.
Yep.
And they're.
Rule number 2.
All going the same
All
direction.
of the units should touch each other at the ends, but not overlap on top of each other.
So all of them should touch
They should
just
also
at
not
the
be
ends.
spread out. Salamanders, come back! Rule
That
number
was
3.
number 2 and then number
You
3.
see, the units need to make a straight line. Like this. But not
Yep.
like this.
A straight line, because that wouldn't
Yeah,
measure
Rule
it.
number 4.
And the last
When
roll, number
measuring
4.
something, for example, the length of this book, we start the units next to one end of the book and finish at the other end
Yes.
of the book. Like this. So we don't start from the center of the book,
No.
and we don't start from over here or in some other place like the beach.
That would take forever to get to the
That
book.
ends the part of the show called
The important rules for measuring length in straight
So now
lines
we're going to
with
watch how to
non-standard
measure using our 4 rules.
Let's do some measuring. First, we need something to measure. What should we use? Oh, I know. How about cows? With funny hats. Ha. Okay, here we have 3 cows. Blue cow, red cow, and yellow cow. And they all have funny hats. But I want to know which cow has the tallest hat. So we will have to measure the length, or some may call it the height, of each cow's hat.
Is this one?
And first up is blue cow. Let's measure the height of blue cow's hat with salamanders. Remember, we start measuring.
Can we imagine more since it's just the book?
We'll be doing more, don't worry. This is just a video so far.
At one
You'll be
end
able
of
to
the hat
choose things.
And go in a straight line.
Ooh,
next
yummy
to the
chips.
hat,
Uh-huh.
all the
That would be a
way
fun
to the
hat.
other end of the hat. So, blue cow's hat is 1, 2 salamanders long. Or we can also say 2 salamanders high. Okay, red cow. Red cow's hat is 1, 2, 3, 4 salamanders
So
long.
then it's 4
Or
paper
we can
clips
also
long.
say
Mm-hmm.
4
I mean,
salamanders high.
2 paper clips.
Was the first
Or
one.
2 paper clips long.
Yellow cow's hat is 1,
1,
2,
2,
3,
3,
4, 5
Good
salamanders
job.
long, or we can also say 5 salamanders high. Now, let's compare hats. But first, snack time. Hop, hop. Okay, that's enough. So,
That would be a big snack.
blue cow's hat
He ate 2 of them.
salamanders
Yeah.
high. And red cow's hat is 4 salamanders high. 4 is a larger number than 2. So that means that red cow's hat is taller than blue cow's hat. And the opposite is also true. Blue cow's hat is shorter than red cow's hat. Now, if we look at yellow cow's hat, it is 5 salamanders high. 5 is a larger number than 4. So this means
But it's
that yellow
really
cow's
close.
hat
It is really
taller
close.
than red cow's hat. And the opposite is also true. Red cow's hat is shorter than yellow cow's hat. And 5 is also a larger number than 2.
If we had 4 of these,
All of the cow's
and
hats
then
that you can see right
this
now,
is 5.
Mhm.
Look, this is 4, and this
That
is
would
5.
be like, yep,
So
his.
like 4 plus 1 equals 5, so then you need 1 more to make it
Yep, they're really,
5.
they're really close.
Okay, good job.
Okay, so now that we know about our rules and how to measure them,
The cow's hats are.
we're
We're
going
done
to
with this.
practice now doing it ourselves.
Okay, let's put my tablet away.
Yep, so you can put your tablet away. And now I'm going to ask you,
I need to use this to do other homework.
yes. So can you tell me, do you remember what any of the 4 rules were about measuring? You can use the paper clips if you to help show me.
Okay. The 4 laws are. So when it gets on small to measure.
Well, you can just show me with the paper clips first, and then we'll measure something after.
This.
Okay. But I want you to show me the rules first, and then we're going to practice measuring after. But you can keep this because you can measure it after. Do you remember what the 4 rules were?
Okay.
Without peeking?
The 4 rules are they can't be like this.
Mm-mm.
They have to be
In a, what kind of line?
line.
In a straight line.
Line.
Good job.
Or they can't be like they can't be like this.
Mm-mm.
They have to be the same.
Facing the same direction.
And they cannot, absolutely not,
Mm-hmm.
be the smaller. It can't be like this.
No, because then that wouldn't be the same type of measurement. You're right. And is it okay if they're like this? Or
No!
do they have to be like this?
Yeah, like that.
They have to be touching at the ends.
Even if it's any, you can measure with anything, but
So you want them to all be the same.
they can't even be a little bit.
Nope, you don't want them to overlap.
Yeah.
You want them all to go in the same direction. You want them to go in a straight line, and we need one more. Do we want, let's see in a video, do we want to start measuring from the beach?
No.
No, we want to measure from one end of the object to the next.
So like if we have all like so many pennies and we measure the table, it doesn't go from here to
All the way to the table, because
yeah.
that wouldn't be the right
And
length.
you can't even do that with pennies.
No, it would fall, you're right.
Yeah, you can't do this. And it's impossible. And if you even do it, it's wrong because if you have a penny right here, you go
Well, yeah, because then you're
here,
gonna,
here,
if that's like 100 pennies, someone's gonna think that's a giant table, but really it's a small table,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so now I'm going to measure the book. I'm gonna first measure it with the paper clips. I want you to tell me if I'm following the rules, all 4 of them.
No, they're
Uh-oh.
not even touching.
Oh, you're right.
And
Okay,
it's
let me
on-
fix it.
And they're on the book.
Yep.
And they're not even the right way.
Oh, they're not in a straight line. You're right.
And they're on the book.
Okay.
Can you make it like
Yep, next to it, we want to start at one end and go to the next. So it looks like this one is, how many paper clips is it? 1, 2, 3, 4
and a half.
Yep. Now we're going to measure it with dimes.
what's
So you can do the dimes. So,
and you need to tell
and-
me if I do it.
Okay.
left.
so far so good. Oh, overlapping a little bit. Okay,
But I'm
perfect.
gonna make it long so you know.
Okay. You're going to trick me. This doesn't look right. Well, I notice it's not in a straight line. I noticed that there's like overlapping here and some gaps here. I think our measurement's going to be wrong. Was I right?
Yes.
Okay, so how can we fix it?
We can put these off and try to make them the correct
Okay,
and not overlap them.
yep, and no gaps. So we had 4.5 paper clips. Let's see how many dimes we have.
I guess there's gonna be a lot more because they're kind of not like in the straight line.
That's okay, as close as possible. Here, I can help you.
There.
There we go.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
So would it have made sense if we were measuring the paper clip, if we used a book to measure a paper clip? Would this make sense?
No.
No, because this is the biggest object, so we always want our objects to be smaller so we can measure it. But would it be easier to count the paper clip lengths that were only 4.5, or would it be easier to count these that were 11?
Because they're not make sense.
Yeah, because this had a lot more, so it took longer to do than this, wasn't it? This was shorter. So that's
Let's
what we want to think about. So now,
Let's measure a little worse.
well, just wait, hold on. So now, I'm going to give you a worksheet to do.
Ooh, I love worksheets.
It's called How Long, and you're going to find 4 objects around the room, and you're going to bring them to the table, and you're going to measure it with the paper clips.
And see how many inches on here.
So you don't want the object to be too big. If we were measuring like
this?
like the whole size of the room, we would need so many paper clips. We would want to use a bigger object to measure than like a chair
Maybe
or the bench.
pillows.
Yep.
Pillows.
So we can do a pillow. So I want you to find 4 objects that would make sense with using paper clips to measure it.
Okay. This.
Okay.
I think paper clips.
We can use that. Okay, so that's one object.
Speaking of this is so cool.
Okay, but let's focus on finding our objects though.
Oh. Okay. I want to do
Did
one.
you want to do the fairy still?
Yeah, that
Okay.
can be 4 pennies.
Well, we're gonna do all paper clips.
Ooh. Or paper clips.
So only paper clips, because then we're gonna compare the lengths
We're
after.
gonna try to make this as good as possible.
Sit down. Okay, so now we need one more.
I know. My secret crayon box.
Perfect.
Gonna need this for the homework.
Yep. Okay. So now, here's your pencil. Which one do you want to measure first?
I think I should measure this one first.
The fairy. Okay. So I want you to write what the object is.
Mom, can I draw it?
We're gonna write it. Perfect. Okay. So now lay your fairy flat
Okay.
and grab your paper clips and start measuring her. And then you're gonna write how many paper clips, what number.
Okay. And some. Here's a good. Let's get this. Okay. One. Does it count if it does this?
That's okay.
One.
And good thing this is clear, so then you can still see through it.
2.
Yep. So now you're gonna write 2 underneath.
I'm gonna do. Can I do them bubble divers and later can I color them?
Yeah.
After the video.
Yes, you can do with the bubble letters.
I should do it after, like at the end, like in the video.
Okay,
In-
we'll see. Okay, so I'm gonna take this one now. Now, what one do you want to measure next? We have the doll.
I
the
think that's
container.
that.
Okay, so now you're gonna lay her flat, and can you write doll
Yeah.
so I know what we're measuring? Okay. Now, are you gonna measure up to her head, or are you gonna measure her hair too?
Up to her head.
Okay.
And then up to like right here.
Up there? Okay. And good job using all 4 rules. It looks like it's in a straight line. They're all connecting, all going in the same direction.
So
Okay, so
3, 6.
6. Good job. So she is 6 paper clips tall, if we don't include her hair. Because normally her hair would be flat. Okay, so now you're making number 6.
Is that the white knife?
Mm-hmm. Very good. Now, do you want to do the Gotham City jail or the container? Your marker container.
I would want to do this one because later I'm going to color it.
Okay.
So I'm going to do this one.
So you can just write like house. You can call it a house. So that'll be easier.
No, have a home.
Okay. Well, we can put home toy, or else someone will think we're measuring your actual home, and that would be so many paper clips.
That would be like all, I mean more than this.
So are we gonna measure? Do you want to measure it this way or this way? Which way?
This way.
Okay.
I wanted to make a big number.
Okay. Let's see how many.
1, 2.
Looking good. And good job following all 4 rules again. How many is that?
6.
The same as the doll.
Let's
Yep, so
see.
now we can combine them. Let's compare them.
Wow.
they
That's
are.
like a.
So they're the same length.
Let's put this away.
Okay, and don't forget to write your 6 before you forget. Okay, come back over here.
These are this is not chocolate.
Okay, come on.
This is chocolate.
And our last one, which we call it.
A hills ball?
Oh, yeah, we
A
can.
hills.
Okay. You can do Hill's box. Perfect. So a way to, this one, since it's circular, it might be a little hard to measure. So
So we need to do.
well, how about we put it on top and go up this way? That
yeah.
way it might be easier. We can tell better. Good job.
3.5.
Yep.
So
And I don't
this
think
was
this
not as
last one
big
will
as I
count.
thought.
Yeah. So
There's
3.
like, there will be like, what?
And now do you know how to write the half? Because it's not 3, it was 3.5.
Should I put like a number like 2?
So you're gonna put, remember, the 1 on the top, and then you're gonna put a line going sideways, almost like an equal sign with only one line, underneath the 1. And then you're gonna put 2 underneath. Perfect. Okay. So normally if we were in the classroom, people would share what they measured and what was the biggest and what was the smallest, or what ones maybe had like a funky number, like 3.5. And now we're gonna do another one.
Can
And
we
this
cut it?
time we can color it after.
Okay. At the end of the video.
Okay.
Let's see. Yay! Can I open
Yep,
that?
so now you can take out our sneaky socks
Our
and
stick.
our beautiful flowers that smell good.
I'm gonna make them mix together. Ew. And here's some more dimes.
Oh, there's some hidden in there.
We don't need this. We're gonna
Nope.
need that. But,
Not until
We
after. I'll put
have
it on
a-
the floor for now.
oh, we have another one?
So now, oh, this one was just an extra. Now you have your measure recording sheet. This is the paper you're gonna write how many lengths they are. But we're gonna measure all different objects. So, good job.
What is this?
So if you see on here under object, it shows you each picture.
Any
So
scissors,
find,
right?
nope, we don't have to cut anything out.
Oh, it just has that.
Yep. So find the paper that has the caterpillar on it.
I think it's this one. We don't need this book anymore. This one's right there.
Okay, so under tool 1, you want to either write flower or socks so we don't get our measurements mixed up. Because if we have like socks, flower, we're going to think all of these were the same. So we're going to keep all of them in the same row. So can you write flower or draw a flower here
I'm gonna
and then draw a sock
I'm
here?
gonna click, flower.
Good flower. And now draw a sock here.
Socks are hard.
That's a good sock. So all of your flower measurements is going to go here, and all of your sock measurements are going to go here. Now, I'm going to show you a little trick to help you, because some of these might be halves or a fourth in length. So I want you to take a flower, and I want you to fold it in half, and then all the way through. And then leave it like that. So now when you're measuring, if you need just a little bit more, you can use that half, and you know that's a half. Okay?
This is.
So leave it, well, you leave yours because we don't need 2 of them. Okay. So now you can measure the caterpillar using either the flowers or the socks. And we're going to fold a sock in half too.
I think flowers, so that ones are first.
Okay. So you're going to measure on the black line.
Okay. Like this way or this way?
Long ways like that. Good question.
On the line. I think it's 2.
Let's see.
2 and a.
Remember our folded one to help us?
Oh yeah.
So then we can just reuse it. Oh. So it was, so let's try to fold, now we'll take this one that I folded before, because it's not a half. You can leave that one folded in a half. This one will fold into a fourth.
Oh, I know. I learned about fourths
Mm-hmm.
and halves.
So is this a fourth?
So 2 and a fourth.
Yep. So now for the first square, that's what you'll write. And to write 1/4, you're going to write the 1 with the line, and then you're going to write a 4 underneath it.
Oh.
And then a 4. Good job. Now you're going to measure the caterpillar, but with your socks. So now you can take these off, and you're gonna, on the same black line, you're gonna now measure it using your socks.
But what happens? Oh, you already folded it.
I already folded one for you.
Who wanted it to 4?
Well, we can fold it here. I'll fold another one for you.
4? Okay. This way or this way?
Long ways again.
Okay. Cause I was confused because the socks are that way, but
Yeah.
maybe this way. Four and
Is that 4? How many socks are here?
3 and a 4.
3 and a 4. So, nope, you're gonna write here because remember that's your flower roll. Good job. And now you're gonna keep doing this for each one. So now find your backpack
Here.
and grab your.
But I'm confused. Why is it this way?
Because we're gonna measure. So this one you're measuring the height. This one we measured the length when it goes sideways. And now you're gonna. Okay, so look what you're using. You're using socks. So you're gonna want to make sure that you're writing it in the sock row, and you don't put it in your flower. Oh, there's a half. There you go.
One.
Mhm.
Wait, there's 2.
Oh, that's just the other page. There you go. Good job. Now we're gonna measure the backpack with flowers.
1 and a little. So 1.
Yeah, that one's just really little bits. We can just do 1. Good job putting in the right row. Now you're gonna find the hat.
Okay. And we're gonna measure how long it is.
Mhm.
So like in school I do letters and I do this and this means long
Mhm.
and this means short.
Yep.
I mean this means tall.
And if you go up and down, yep, then it's height. So it's tall
And this
or
is
short.
I learned that in
Long.
class, I think.
Yep. Good job. Okay, so do you want to use the flower or the sock first?
Flower. Flower and a half.
Or here's a 4th, and where's your half? And here's a half. You can try both.
1 and half. 4,
4.
right?
Yep. Very good. Now you're going to do it with the socks.
I have a question.
Yes.
What's a 5th?
A 5th would be if we were to make 5. So if you unfold this,
Okay.
you see how there's 4 sections now?
Yeah.
1. So if there were 5 sections, then it would be a 5th. But they all have to be the equal length. So it's hard to fold the 5ths.
So.
But I can show you after.
Okay, with a bigger object.
Yeah, this one.
Maybe with paper.
Yeah, with a real paper. Oh, it's okay. There you go.
Like, did you notice?
Oh yes, we have our St. Patrick's Day stickers on.
Yes.
Okay, let's keep going. So now you're gonna measure the hat with the socks.
Okay. Oh, sorry. And the hat. And there.
Yeah, close enough.
1.
Perfect. And now it's like a potato or something.
What is that, potato or a bean?
I don't know.
A peanut?
It's like a potato or, I don't know, a bean or a peanut. It can be whatever we want.
A peanut.
Do you think it's going to be the same length as the hat?
I don't know.
Well, let's find out.
Nope. It's over.
Just a little bit though, so it's okay.
1.
So which one was bigger, the hat or the potato peanut? The hat. Yep. Now let's try with the socks.
I think 1.5. Let's try the half. Nope. 1 and a 4.
Good try.
It doesn't look like that's the actually.
It looks like a long sock.
Yeah, like I'm wearing.
Your St.
Long.
Patrick's Day. Yep. So 1 and 1/4, and good job testing out different lengths too.
So 1 and
Good job.
It looks like I'm 4.5.
Okay, we're almost done. Now we're gonna do our next one, and this one has some bigger objects.
Oh my gosh, a bicycle! Oh my
I
god.
think it's not a real bicycle.
Yeah.
Then we would need even
What is
more.
that? It's a Christmas tree?
A cupcake.
But why is it?
It's just green. It's green frosting. Maybe it's for St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do our next one.
This flower. This is the biggest one yet. If we had like the bicycle, like if we entered the Earth, it would be like bigger than this whole thing.
Yeah, it would be so big. We would need more papers. A lot more paper.
To make the whole.
Okay, one flower, and you're
No,
following
it's
the
gonna-
rules with all of these.
You can make an Earth and say, and you can say the biggest homework yet.
Okay, let's do these ones first.
Then we can color in.
2. Here, I'll hold them for you. You want them all to touch and be in a straight line.
Oh!
3. Yep, that's our biggest object so far.
If it's real life, it will not be 3.
Okay, now let's try socks.
If it wasn't real life, it will not be 3.
1, 2, 3.
It's good you have 10 fingers to hold
I
all
know.
of them, not only 2.
I would run out. And, okay, so how many socks?
4.
4, good job.
3, 4.
Yeah. Okay, we got 3 more to go. So next is the football. So do you want to do flowers first?
Mhm.
Close enough. So 1 and 1/2. Good job. Now we're going to do the sock.
Mhm.
I'll pull them down. 1,
And 4.
2, and yep, I would say. But let's just check just to make sure it's a 4. Yep. Okay, last 2. Now the St. Patrick's Day cupcake.
1.
1.
1 and a 4.
Let's try.
Yes.
Perfect. And last but not least, the watch.
This is as big as the normal watch.
Yeah, that is like a normal watch size. Where's it? Oh, that's we're using 2 different objects. That's not a rule. Our rule is to use the same objects. There we go, or else our measurement would be incorrect. Good job. And last, your socks. Your stinky socks.
No.
2. Good job.
I said stinky, but they don't look stinky.
Okay, so before we finish, I have one question for you. Which one measurements were smaller? Was the flowers numbers always smaller, or was the socks measurement smaller? And why do you think the socks are smaller?
A little bit.
You're right, because the socks are smaller than the flower people. Good job. All done.
The whole thing?
Yep.
Can I color it?
Yep. Here you go. Where'd it go? There it is.